Welcome to my channel Alien Signal. The first message from the aliens arrived on a quiet morning in the year 2147. It did not come through satellites or radio waves. It appeared everywhere at once, on phones, computers, televisions, and even the control panels of spacecraft orbiting Earth. The signal interrupted every broadcast on the planet. A calm, unfamiliar voice spoke in perfect human languages. Attention, inhabitants of Earth. We are the Orivian Collective. After extensive observation, we have concluded that your species is not viable. Your civilization will collapse within 6 months. Across the world, people stared in silence. The message continued. You are divided, destructive, and technologically immature. Our projections show a 99.8% probability of self-extinction within half a year. We have come only to document the end of your species. The transmission ended. No invasion followed. No ships descended from the sky. The aliens simply watched. Within hours, telescopes confirmed their presence. A massive fleet of silver vessels hung silently beyond the moon's orbit. They made no aggressive moves. They simply remained there like distant observers. Humanity had been judged, and according to the most advanced alien civilization ever encountered, humanity had 6 months left. The reaction on Earth was immediate and chaotic. Governments demanded answers. Scientists tried to communicate with the fleet. Religious leaders declared the message a test of faith. But the Orivians responded only once more. A second transmission appeared 3 days later. We will not interfere. Our role is observation. The fall of unstable species is a natural process in the galaxy. We estimate your extinction will occur through war, environmental collapse, or societal breakdown. They paused. 6 months. That was all. At first, the alien prediction seemed ridiculous. Humanity had survived wars, pandemics, climate disasters, and political turmoil for centuries. Why would the next 6 months suddenly end everything? But then the pressure began. The knowledge that an advanced alien civilization believed humanity was doomed started to affect the world. Stock markets crashed. Governments grew unstable. Some people panicked, believing the aliens must know something humanity didn't. Others believed the aliens had secretly sabotaged Earth. Conspiracy theories spread faster than facts. Tensions between nations escalated. Military forces moved into defensive positions. Old rivalries resurfaced. The Orivians watched silently from space. And their prediction slowly began to look less impossible. 3 months passed. The world had changed. Global economies had collapsed. Several governments had fallen. Massive protests and riots erupted in cities across the planet. The aliens had not attacked. But their prediction had become a psychological weapon. If a powerful alien species believed humanity was doomed, maybe they were right. The Orivians continued their observations. In their reports, they described humanity as a species unable to overcome its internal divisions. Their projections now showed extinction in 4 months. But something unexpected also began to happen. In the middle of the chaos, small groups of people started working together. Scientists from rival nations began sharing research openly. Medical teams traveled across borders to help disaster zones. Engineers collaborated to stabilize failing infrastructure. At first, these efforts seemed insignificant compared to the global instability. But slowly, quietly, humanity began doing something the Orivians had not predicted. Adapting. 5 months after the alien message, the Orivian fleet received an unusual request. A direct communication from Earth. The message came not from a government or military command. It came from a small research station in Argentina. Inside the station stood a group of scientists, and a young girl. Her name was Elena Alvarez. She was only 16 years old. But the scientists had chosen her for a reason. Elena had been studying anthropology and human history. When the alien prediction arrived, she had spent weeks reading about the rise and fall of civilizations. And she had come to a conclusion. The aliens had misunderstood humanity. The Orivians accepted the communication request. A glowing projection appeared inside the research station as the alien intelligence connected. Their voice echoed through the room. You are 5 days from our projected extinction threshold. State your purpose. The scientists looked at Elena. She stepped forward. Her hands trembled slightly, but her voice was steady. You said humanity would die in 6 months. Yes, the alien voice replied. Your species demonstrates extreme instability. Elena nodded. You're right. The scientists behind her exchanged nervous glances. But she continued. Humans fight. We make mistakes. We destroy things. Our history is full of disasters. The alien voice responded calmly. Your admission aligns with our analysis. But you missed something, Elena said. Silence filled the room. What did we miss? The alien asked. Elena took a deep breath. You think 6 months is a long time. The Orivians processed the statement. Clarify. Elena smiled slightly. You judged humanity by 6 months of chaos. But humans don't survive by being perfect. We survive by enduring. She walked closer to the projection. You predicted our extinction in 6 months. But humans have survived things much worse for thousands of years. The alien intelligence remained silent. Elena continued. 10,000 years ago, humans lived in caves and hunted with stone tools. We had no cities, no medicine, no technology. She gestured toward the sky. And yet we survived ice ages, plagues, floods, wars, and empires collapsing. The room was quiet. You see 6 months of conflict, Elena said softly. But we see 10,000 years of survival. The Orivian fleet analyzed the data. Their predictive models ran simulations based on Elena's statement. Human history was unusual. Most intelligent species in the galaxy either achieved rapid stability or destroyed themselves shortly after developing advanced technology. Humanity had done something different. They had nearly collapsed, over and over again. And yet they continued rebuilding. Again and again. Elena spoke once more. You think humanity is unstable. But instability is the reason we're still here. The alien intelligence asked a question. Explain. Elena nodded. Stable civilizations break when something unexpected happens. But humans are used to chaos. We expect things to go wrong. She pointed toward the scientists around her. That's why we adapt. The Orivians considered this carefully. Their models had indeed shown that humanity's survival curve was irregular. Instead of collapsing after crises, humans often reorganized and evolved. It was inefficient, but it worked. The 6-month deadline passed. Earth did not collapse. The world was still unstable. Governments were still recovering, but the global panic had slowly transformed into cooperation. The aliens had been right about one thing. Humanity was chaotic, but chaos did not equal extinction. The Orivian fleet remained in orbit for another year. Then 10 years. Then 100. They continued studying humanity, and what they observed challenged everything they believed about intelligent life. Humans argued constantly. They disagreed about politics, philosophy, science, and culture. They fought wars. They made terrible mistakes. But they also did something rare. They kept trying. 1,000 years later, humanity had spread across several star systems. Their technology had advanced far beyond what existed during the alien arrival. And yet human society still looked chaotic. Colonies debated independence. Governments changed. Cultures evolved. But humanity continued expanding. 10,000 years passed. The galaxy looked very different. Human civilization now stretched across hundreds of worlds. Some human planets were peaceful utopias. Others were rough frontier colonies. But the species itself remained the same. Resilient, adaptable, unpredictable. Deep in space, an ancient Orivian archive preserved the original prediction. Human extinction probability, 99.8% within 6 months. The record had been studied for millennia. It had become a lesson taught to every Orivian analyst. The lesson was simple: never judge a species by its worst moment. In the year 12,147, a human exploration vessel approached the ruins of the old Orivian observation station near Earth. Inside the abandoned station, a single preserved recording remained. It showed a young girl standing in a research station thousands of years ago. Her voice echoed through the chamber. "You think 6 months is a long time." The human explorers watched silently. The recording continued, but humans measure time differently. The girl looked directly into the alien projection. "You see 6 months of chaos. We see 10,000 years of survival." The explorers shut down the recording. Outside the station, stars filled the sky. Human ships moved between them. Civilizations rose and fell across countless worlds. But humanity was still there. Still adapting. Still rebuilding. Still surviving. Just like Elena had said. 10,000 years later, humanity was still here. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more cinematic science fiction stories.